Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here I want to present my proposal. My name is Woro Jathu Pratiwi, and the title and proposal is the influence of project-based learning to teach writing skill. The first introduction, the first background. Learning writing is not a simple case, although they learn English since elementary school, but writing is still the biggest problem for the students. This problem is faced by university students too. They are in trouble to start writing and to express ideas through writing. According to Taylor, 2009, for most people, writing is an extremely a difficult task because they have to try grapple in their language with new ideas and new ways of looking at them. In solving this problem related to the writing skills, there are techniques teachers can apply in teaching writing. Project-based learning. Project-based learning is challenging teaching technique which engage the students in a real task which is related to everyday life real problem. Fatur Rahman states that the implementation of project-based learning promotes not only active students' involvement, but also encourages the students' skill to act as a team with their friends in solving the problem. Next, identification and limitation of the problem. For identification, the first, the students have low writing ability. The second, the students are in trouble to start writing and to express ideas through writing. And the third, the teacher tends to apply the teacher-centered activities in the class. Based on identification above, the researcher will focus his research on the influence of project-based learning to teach writing skill. Formulation of the problem. Is there any influence of project-based learning to teach writing skill? Objective of the research. To find out is there an influence of project-based learning to teach writing at MTS Negeri 1 Bandar Lampung. The next, significance of the research. The first, for English teacher, this study is supposed to be one of the techniques that can be implemented in the classroom activities in order to gain the students' writing ability. And the second, for students, project-based learning is a technique that's very useful to improve their writing skills, especially in writing. Moreover, it also improves their creativity. Relevant research. Research conducted by Ardawati and Suryani, project-based learning in teaching writing, the implementation and students' opinion. And the second research conducted by Sofiani and Purbani, the effectiveness of project-based learning to teach writing in relation to students' creativity. Systematic of the research. Chapter 1 contains the presentation of the data behind the research which is carried out related to the influence of project-based learning to teach writing. Chapter 2 contains the framework, theory, and hypothesis. Chapter 3 contains research design and method. Chapter 4 contains the result and discussion of the research. Chapter 5 contains conclusions, suggestion, or recommendation. Next, frame of theory and hypothesis. Writing. Cat 2002 defines writing as a complex process that allows writers to explore thoughts and ideas and make them visible and concrete. The second is teaching writing. In the classroom, the teaching writing is frequently seen as a way of finishing the homework and assignment, especially at the elementary and intermediate levels. The learning activity in the classroom is spent by the teacher in explaining the lesson, whereas, whereas the learners take note and listen to the teacher. This viewpoint is usually called as the learning using a teacher-centered approach or conventional approach. And the next, project-based learning. Project-based learning, or PBL. PBL is a method that allows students to design, plan, and carry out and carry out an extended project that produce a publicity exhibited output such as a product, publication, or presentation. And the next, procedure of project-based learning. The first, that is, lead in activities. The teacher should create the activities that can be used to introduce the topic. The activity conducted should help the teacher demonstrate what the students are supposed to do. And the next is planning. In this stage, the teacher and the students examine and decide the ideas, topics, and them of the project. In the next, carrying out the project. After the presentation are done, the students can start to develop the project. Teachers' roles during the development of the project are to monitor and check the progress of the project. And the next, creating the final product. In this stage, the students use their knowledge and abilities to produce something real. When the student can produce a final product, they can gain a sense of achievement that is important for their motivation. And the last is evaluation. Evaluation refers to the assessment of the activities from participants and discussion about whether the initial aims and goals have been achieved, implementation of the process, and final products. And the next hypothesis, based on the frame of theory above, the researcher will formulate the hypothesis below. Alternative hypothesis, there is a significant effectiveness of project-based learning to teach writing skill, and then null hypothesis, there is no effectiveness of project-based learning to teach writing skill. Research method. Research method. The first, place and time of the research. The 9th grade of MTS Negeri 1 Bandar Lampung research design, quantitative research, and quasi-experimental. Population sample and data collecting technique. Population is a 9th grade of MTS Negeri 1 Bandar Lampung, and sample to classes and cluster random sampling. And the data collecting technique is a pre-test and post-test. That's all my presentation today. And the end, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.